Hello and welcome to our latest culture game here with me, Adrenaline. We are playing as Wilhelmina and we are playing on the Lakes map, a deity game of course, and all the other usual settings that you've come to expect with this channel. With the online speed and with the monopolies and corporations, disaster level 4, civic and tech shuffles. We're already progressing our ancient era trees, as you can see here. A little bit in. It depends on the game. When I have my starting point, this one is a little further in than ground zero, but it's still pretty early. We have 2 cities. We've already found Gataja as well as Russia. I'm not sure if Russia's given us any indication of where they're at, though. Nope, they have. They're St. Petersburg. And so we're trying to just basically govern the land around us and hopefully prevent Gataja from trying to take any more than what they already have with Mataram. Maybe make a sort of a border around here and then cut that off and maybe look to the land over to the east and see if we can settle more cities over there. We also have plans for Apadana, and we're about to build hanging gardens, which is going to be nice to see. It will allow us to grow our cities a little bit better.
The ascent to the highest story is by stairs, and at their side are water engines, by means of which persons, appointed expressly for the purpose, are continually employed in raising water from the Euphrates into the garden.
I do love how often and how many of the ancient wonders are Arabian, as an descendant of Arabs myself. Of course, Hanging Gardens is the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Iraq, my mother's home, and Itemenanki is in that sort of region as well. It's really cool to see. So as we always do, let's have a look at Wilhelmina's kit, shall we? Radio Orni, I'm thinking that's how you pronounce that. Your trade routes to your own cities, which I do like much more than international ones, though in a culture game you should be investing in those as well. Provide +2 loyalty per turn for the starting city. Ah, well then that can help resolve certain issues. Trade routes to foreign cities or from foreign cities provide +2 culture to you. Well, that's definitely culture oriented, and that's the game we're doing, so maybe we take advantage of that. Grote Rivieren. Major adjacency bonus for campuses, theater squares, and industrial zones if next to a river. There's a bunch of river adjacency civs, and it's nice to see. It's fairly, synergetic with wanting to be settling on rivers for fresh water anyway. Culture bomb adjacent tiles from completing a harbor. I do like completing harbors, but culture bombs are, yeah. +50% production towards the dam district and the flood barrier building. The flood barrier building in particular could be pretty interesting. You kind of don't get there in an online game unless you're doing science in time. But, De Zeven Provinciën. Netherlands' unique Renaissance era unit, which is mid-game. I don't know if it's going to be that useful for a score. That replaces the frigate, +7 combat strength when attacking defensible districts. And don't forget, we are playing on the Lakes map, so this will never really have any practical use, and it will only ever be for era, so probably not the best place to show it off. But I mean, there's so many civs that have a ship or two, so like, whatever, it happens. Polder unlocks the builder ability to construct a polder unique to Netherlands. Now, this might actually be easier to do if the lakes allow for the adjacency of the land, the contours. +1 food, +1 production, and +0.5 housing. +1 food adjacent to a polder improvement. Oh, so they like being adjacent to each other. So again, lakes may well benefit that. Additional production, gold, and food as you advance through the civic and technology trees. Must be placed on a coast or lake tile. Thankfully, we can do that in the lakes map. Adjacent to 3 or more passable land tiles. Increases movement cost of tile to 3. So yeah, like having just a whole patch, like imagine a smallish lake and just it's covered with polders. That's probably an ideal way of going about it. And speaking of a Temenanki, look! We're about to get it as well! Woohoo! The whole gang of Arabian ancient wonders are here. Well, it would be nice if we could join it with pyramids, but they've probably already been taken, right? Pyramids are way too difficult, but, pyramids of Egypt, and Tamananki and hang gardens of Mesopotamia. There's a fair few. I don't know if there's any others as well. Maybe. Anyway, we're under some serious pressure because, god damn it, even though we got a normal age, both our neighbors just had to get a golden. Like, holy moly. And we still have 13 turns to survive. This is severely under threat. Minus 3.5. That's not too much, but I mean, it's already taken down to about 60 or 70. We could do with getting a governor title or two. Well, we have one. Presumably the other one is tucked up in here, hidden away. We want to get political philosophy first because also we're behind in the religious race, like significantly. There are 4 of them already basically on it, and we can't even see the religious tab. Do we not even have a pantheon yet? Yeah, we haven't been getting God King, so we don't even have a pantheon to show our religious tab. And of course their religion, Russia loves their religion. They're always doing religious pressures. Already converting all of my cities. So, quite a rough start, I'll be honest.
Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens so that we may make a name for ourselves.
The mighty monkey is here! We can all worship it. Yeah, woo! And we have some floodplains, right? So we'll probably get some good benefits out of this. Yeah, look at all those science dots around our territory. Nice. I'm pleased to announce all those problems I mentioned have been alleviated. We've been able to acquire that religion, having been so far behind in the race for it. Yes, we are the last one to get it. Well, no, actually, not even that. The second last one to get it. Hey, look at that. And we have also alleviated our loyalty pressure issues. Woohoo! And we are in a normal age. Heading for another normal age. Potentially for a golden age. Especially because we're only 2 turns away from getting Temple of Artemis. It might actually allow us to get to that golden age. And that would be really good to get. Especially if we could start gaining our faith. Because of course we would want to use it for monumentality. And maybe even look at all this land up north. It's a very good idea to settle over there, isn't it? And also we could possibly get a tribal village. That could also help get towards our much desired goals. But in the meantime, let's make that religion, shall we? So off we pop with the prophet. Our signature name is always Parallelism. It is a culture game, so I do think we want to go Reliquaries. And it is a culture game, so I do think we want to go Cathedral. Because honestly, that is the much best path for any culture game. It allows you all that space for the great work, so you don't have to worry about any religious art taking space in your art museums, kind of ruining the whole theming aspect of things. And, you know, the Reliquaries, we can get our religion across our lands and not have Russia's goddamn religion in our faces, then we can generate a ton of tourism and a ton of faith to boot. So, as the game has progressed, we have explored quite a bit of the land, and we have found ourselves confronted with the Aztecs. Hello, Montezuma. You're a really good civ, especially for science. I hope you don't mess me around with the science. Anyway, we are about to build Jebel Berkel. We've also built, you know, Terracotta Army. Oh, under construction. Oh, I see. Building Terracotta Army. Okay. Interesting. But, this might well be the central point of our empire. We might very well start settling on these rivers, hopefully within 6 tiles of this, and generate that additional, what, faith or iron? I think it's faith, right? It wouldn't be too bad to do that. It's a nice position for our Jebel Berkel, because the city itself is tons of Greenland, but it can also accommodate such a otherwise sparsely located wonder like that. We're already on the government plaza, and we're about to build the ancestral hall, so we're very much gearing ourselves towards making all those other cities. Okay, so some time has passed since you last joined us, and we have been making wonders Speaking of, we are one turn away from both Mausoleum of Halicarnassus and Casa de Constelacion. I don't tend to get great engineers, but if we did, this would be pretty cool. It's still going to provide us some, appeal and tourism, so not too bad, not too bad. It's a very easy wonder to pick up in most games. It's amazing how little the AI values it. But they definitely value Casa, and I'm glad we're getting it in time because, we could do some more government titles. Maybe get Amani to fully seize a place. Any good, you can get Chinguetti, maybe. Yeah, or Auckland for the production. Well, I don't know. Does it work on lake tiles? Shallow water tiles. Does that probably includes lake tiles? Anyway, there are options. So it's really nice. Also, speaking of options, we have an option to get a new city, a free city, a very nice city, because Aztec, out of the generosity of their good heart, we get on great, Aztec and I. I show everybody how amazing they are at science, and they show me a Malinalco, which is a free city to get in like 3 turns. It's minus 22 loyalty per turn, which is 66, which is greater than what they have, and then it converts again from free city to ourselves, and we say thank you very much. Yeah! That'll probably be our border on the eastern side, to be honest with you, because we definitely have lots of plans over here. Look at all these national parks I plan to build. That is the name of the game when you play a culture game, you want as many national parks as you can get. Well, I tend to always plan for more than I end up building. This will probably be the same way as well, but hey, that Jebel Berkeley's looking real nice, isn't it? Well, in our culture push, we are indeed in the ascendancy, and we just acquired Malinalco. However, the strangest anomaly occurred when the slinger that belonged to free cities did not just get deleted or whatever. It's still here! What's going on? I don't even have any defenses. Go away. Kind of odd. Is that supposed to happen? I don't think it is. I don't think it necessarily was in its territory, though, at the time, because if you know, even when you lose a city and you have a unit there, you lose that unit completely. It kind of just goes along with the rest of it. But hey, we have Kilwa. Look at that. That's cool. And we're building Bolshoi. And we're almost done with Hermitage, which is an amazing wonder for culture games because it holds so much art. And Great Works is definitely the name of the game when it comes to culture. It's just such a big powerhouse for how you win the game. Once you get this up to like 60, 70, 80, you're basically on course to victory. We've met everybody. We befriended basically all of them. Tokugawa was being a bit of a pain. As you were, I guess. We still need to finish those cities, don't we? We're in a golden age. We have a ton of faith. Unfortunately, our golden age is not any longer able to be monumentality since we're considerably past that and being in the modern era. So we're gonna have to either buy them or what? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. It's just, when you have so much on the go and you're building so many things, you have to prioritize. We even built Mont Saint Michel. We built so many wonders that we haven't really been able to cater for our religion and the religious fight and having to save a couple of apostles just in case we need to revive our religion. It's a game of choices for sure. Well. We are making our way over. It took its time, but we're getting there. Turn 127, welcome back. We are making parks. Yay! Let's make the park. There's more era score for us. No wonder we're in golden age, because we get so much for all that. And that just got us our golden age rolling to the next. Is it the future, the atomic? I'm not entirely sure, but it's one of those. And also we are making those cities. I've been saying all this time that I want to make those cities. We have a settler right for here. It has run out of movement, so it'll be done next turn. But hey, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there, and that is the point. So, I guess it's all part and parcel of life, eh? Albeit very late in the game, you wonder how valuable will that be, especially when turnover of time is such a big deal to generating that tourism value. But we are 1 turn away from Eiffel Tower, woohoo! And while we've built a whole bunch of different national parks, you know, we've built quite a few. It's quite nice. You know, if we were to like look up national parks, you would see quite a lot of them dotted around the place. Yeah, look at that. Very good. But we'll be able to access even more of them with the access of the Eiffel Tower, because if we have a look at our appeal tab, look at this. White and white almost certainly means anything like this is going to become viable for that national park. Some of these ones that are still in the red, the uninviting spots, especially this. Although, to be fair, there's a ton of rainforest here, so we could possibly just clear all that, make woods instead, and that may make a huge difference. But still, you know, we'll see how much we actually use that, because we have a look. It's turn 148. Our culture is on its way. We are in the lead. Still number 200, so it's a bit of time, but yeah. How quickly one gets to a science tech like steel for Eiffel Tower can often vastly affect how powerful a wonder like that will be, but I'd rather have it not.
I ought to be jealous of the tower. She is more famous than I am.
Says the maker of the tower, which I imagine poured his love into making it, so I doubt that's how they really feel. That's why they say ought, isn't it? As we bring this game to a close, you shall find that we are still building our last wonder, Estadio de Maracana. However, we need to be quick about it, because apparently our prospected victory is in the same amount of turns it takes to build the damn thing. So this again shows you, late wonders can often be just too late. That is 100 more plus traveling tourists we need to be generating in those 8 turns. So it's quite an ambitious proposal from the game, but hey, who am I to question it? But alongside building those cities and building some water park features and increasing our happiness of our citizens, we're pretty much winding this one down now. Well, sure enough, just in the nick of time, we did indeed finish building the Estadio de Maracana. Woohoo! And looks like the prospectus was right. It is basically 1 turn away from victory, which is so weird. I don't know how they calculate it. It doesn't make any sense. I know the earlier you can start building foreign tourists, the better. But like how you can go from the first 50, 60 turns struggling to get any foreign tourists whatsoever to generating over 100 in the space of the final 8 turns and, you know, get like a dozen per turn. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, it was a fun game. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, maybe leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time.
The worth of a culture is not measured by its accomplishments, but in how those accomplishments last and how they are remembered. The beauty that you have inspired our people to create will ensure that our culture stands for all time.